Hello and welcome to a beautifully balmy end of May night down at Bordsey in Suffolk. I weren't expecting this first cast. Look at that. Literally, I'll go through it all in a little while, put my rod out because I was setting all my stuff up, just flicked it, have a bit of crab on it. First cast, Bertie bass. Cannot grumble at that in the slightest. Not a bad fish at all. But we're not, well, we are down here for these. Basically, what I've done tonight is I've got myself a bucket full of crab and I've come local. As you can see, I'm on one rod. Now, the reason I'm on one rod is because this area here is a snaggy, rough area at Bordsey. And this time of year, you get hounds coming here. And you also have a lot of these beautiful things. Bertie bass. And the reason I'm on one rod is because it is so rough around here. There's loads of old tank traps, bits of iron, bits of metal, bits of concrete. And when the hounds are in, you don't want two rods because they end up getting wrapped up because the hound's running up and down. It can get tangled. With one rod, you can control it a lot more and get it through these snags. I'm going to put this back. What an absolutely fantastic start. I'll come back to you in a little while. We'll go through the video. Stick with me. Let's see if we can get some more fish down here at Bordsey in Suffolk. Well, that was a bit of a good start, really, wasn't it, to be honest with you? I was going to fish this 3 up, 3 down, but I got down here slightly early. Had to pick the little girl up from McDonald's, so I thought, you know, I'm going to leave early. Got down here, and literally that bait was just flicked out while I was setting stuff up because I wasn't expecting anything. I've got the ratchet set, and that ratchet just went, even though it was a little bass, zzz, so round it in, chunky little bass. Thank you very much. Like I say, bait tonight is just crab. That's all I've got. Crab. I've got about 25 crab on me, and I'm going to fish it 3 up and 3 down the other side. As you can see, I'm wearing a t-shirt. It is absolutely beautiful out here. The wind has swung to westerly, and westerlies down here normally mean hounds. Normally. That's what I really want tonight, is a hound. I want a Suffolk hound on my doorstep. This mark is roughly whoa, what was that? Live action as it happens. It's a bass, it's got to be. At this rate, I'm going to be running out of crab. It's not a hound, that's for certain. Well, it might be, but it's not putting up a fight like a hound. Bloomin' heck. Hey, that is insane. Absolutely insane. 2 casts, 2 fish, both making the ratchet go. Now, I'm hoping there's not many snags here. It's not a rate. Hopefully you can still see me. It's definitely not a rate. It's not fighting like a rate. It's fighting like a bass. No, my luck, it's going to be a doggy. Cool, whatever that is, it's got some bloody power to it. Live action on camera. I love it. Could be a hound. Could be a small hound because it's now waking up close in. Now, where are you? Sorry about this. I know that I've just walked away from the camera, but unfortunately I can't bring the camera down here because wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is not a bad fish at all. It's a Bertie. It's a Bertie bass. I'm all tangled up. I'm just gonna have to get round this in a minute. But sod that. Sorry for my language. Wow. Lights off. Look at that. Live on camera. That is an amazing fish. That is a beautiful fish. It really, really is. Look at that. No wonder that made the ratchet scream. Not a monster by any means, but it's a decent sized fish. Look at that. Maybe it's going to be the night of the bass tonight. Wasn't expecting that. I think my snood just snapped as well, which is fair enough. Literally, as I got it on the beach, the snood snapped. But look at that, give it a little tickle. Get the old thing up, look at that, eh? Oh, lovely. Right, I'm going to put this one back. And let's see what else comes along. If I get an 8 or 9 pound bass tonight, I'm going to be over the moon. It's now getting closer to midnight. Like I say, high tide's about 3 o'clock, so it's soon going to be 2 hours up, and then we'll fish it as far as we can down, unless obviously it gets too snaggy, because at the minute this place is on the flood, which means the tide is moving from left to right. On the ebb, it will come back and it will go from right to left. Weirdly as it seems, on the ebb, this place can become a lot snaggier. I don't know why. It's just very, very strange, but that is the way it goes sometimes. It's still really warm. As you can see, the jumper's not on yet. And I'm just going to get this out and show you what I'm using tonight. All I've got is a pulley pennel, 2 1/0 chino hooks on it, and a small crab. Wouldn't normally use a pennel in here, but recently I've been missing a lot of bites, losing a lot of fish, and to be honest with you, I thought I'd go on a pennel just to give me a chance of hooking up more. Simple overhead thump, really smack that out there. And I'm on the Yuki Bosphorus heavy duty fixed spool rod, really heavy rod this, perfect for in here. AMG Yuki reel, and paired up with that, I've just got 80 pound braid straight through. Now I know some of you don't like braid, but that is just how I fish it in here. It's snaggy. I'm using lightish hook lengths, 15 pound hook lengths. So if I do get hooked in a snag, I can literally just pull and I will literally pop the hook link rather than losing the whole rig. 15 pound is more than enough to get the hounds in if the hounds do turn up. And also if you get a big bass, obviously it's not going to snap with them on either. But this is the 4th cast now. 3rd cast didn't have nothing. First 2 casts had some fish. Happy days, can't make it up. Absolutely brilliant. However, this place will normally fish better closer it gets to high and just down the other side. So if the hounds do turn up, I'm expecting them to turn up probably around about 2 o'clock-ish, something like that. Maybe we'll see some rays over high. Rays do turn up here. Sometimes you get them over high and just into the ebb. But the bass seem to have switched off, and so far, no doggies. Now, any of you out there that do fishing, obviously you're watching the videos, will know that doggies get bullied by hounds. Normally, in this area, if the doggies have disappeared, it means there's something bigger, chunkier and tougher out there fighting them for the food, and they don't want nothing to do with it, so they just vanish. Saying that, I'll probably now have a run of doggies and that's all I'll have all night. Who knows? Who knows? But that's another bait out. I'm leaving these 40 minutes soaking time with the crab, because even with a small amount of scent on it, those hounds will pick that crab out. Let's see what happens. That bait has literally just gone out and straight away there's a fish on it. As you can see, I reckon it's a little bertie. Just give it a tickle, see if I can feel anything pull back on this. Don't think it's a dog. Whatever it is has hooked itself though, because it's been going for a minute or so. Now it's stopped. Come on. Bang that rod, there we go. There's definitely something on there. I'm saying dog after what I just said a little while ago about there being no dogs, because that is just a heavy weight. Might be a bass. Cool, whatever that is, that just thumped over then. I'd say due to the heaviness, Might well be a dog. Definitely not a hound. Where are you? Come on. What are you? Oh, why do I speak so soon? Literally did that last piece on camera about 5 minutes ago, saying there's no dogs here. And there's a dog. Curse myself. Absolutely curse myself. I'm going to get this one unhooked, get it back. Oh, let's see if we can get something else out there. What a nightmare that is. Well, with me sitting there earlier and saying there's no dogs, I've been inundated with them now. I think I've had about 4 or 5, and I think I've got another one on here now. Let's just watch this rod tip, see if this goes. They literally just turned up and they've just swarmed the beach. It is so annoying. It really is. There we go. That's a doggy. Blooming heck. Hey. Quite why on earth I had to jinx it and say there's no dogs about. I do not know. It's one of them things, just got to fish through them. Hopefully they'll just go off the feed. And they should soon stop if the hounds turn up. But at the minute, it's doggy city. Where are you? Which, like I say, it's annoying, but there you go. When you jinx these things, I'm sitting there and saying, I ain't had a dog yet. It does get. Some of them are quite heavy though. Where are you? Doggy, all wrapped up in his little ball. Ah, dearie me. Hey ho. Right, sit rep time. It's now on the ebb. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You haven't seen any fish because it has been an absolute dog fest. And when I say a dog fest, I mean a dog fest. I've had, I don't know how many dogs I've had. I've been reeling dogs in, squeezing the crab, wrapping it back up. I've had 3 to 4 dogs sometimes on the same piece of crab. And I've even had 2 dogs on a pennel. Both hook had a dog on it, which was fun reeling in because I thought it was a ray. But no, 2 doggies. But the ebb is now in and it is running quite hard. So I'm hoping with this run, it's going to bring some fish through. I'm casting up tide and it's now coming around from right to left and it's now settled in front of me. Now, if it's settled in a snag or not, who knows? But it's got a nice juicy bit of crab on it and the dogs seem to have disappeared. Dawn is now breaking. So I reckon in about half an hour, this will be a daylight video. And we've now got about 2.5 hours to see if we can get anything else half decent. I'm expecting the bass to come back on the feed. And whether these hounds turn up or not, who knows? You know, it's one of them things. When you go hound fishing, they could be there, they could not. I've not had any on the flood. And with the amount of dogs that were there, I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, because I was putting that bait out and I'm talking within under 5 minutes that rod tip was going, you know, and it's been like a case of reel in, unhook, squeeze a crab, wrap it, cast it back out. But the dogs have eased off now. Like I say, hopefully this ebb is going to push some more fish through. With that run, that's a dog. I just can't help jinxing myself. With this run, you would expect the fish to come in close and come on the feed. I'm not putting it out that far, I'm putting it about 80 yards. But even then, wow. What was that? That wasn't a dog. That was not a dog. No way was that a dog. Come on. Whatever hit that, that looked like a that looked like a hound. No, missed that. Oh no. That looked like a hound. The way that went over and smashed, that looked like a hound bite. I told you, with this run will come the fish. It's just a shame I never actually hooked that whatever it was. That's a shame. But it shows the fish are there. It could even have been another bass. But that was a massive hit. And like I say, definitely not a dog. So I'm going to get this baited back up. Another bit of crab. I might start double patting now as well because a little bit of mayweed coming through. Might start lining up 2 rigs because if that's the way it's going to go, that means they could be coming through at the start of this ebb. Right, that ebb is now absolutely tanking through. And I've just had a heck of a bite, which I'm assuming is a bass. Don't think it's a hound. We'll see. The sunrise is now coming up. I knew these bass would come on the... Well, I'm not saying it is a bass. No, my luck, the way tonight's been going... Oh, that's got to be a bass. That's got to be a bass. Where are you? It's putting up a good account for itself. Yep, Bertie. Not a bad little fish either. Angry little bass. Angry little fella. Smashed that over as it was going round. The 7 ounces holding and doing its job, but these are now on the feed. Don't think there's going to be any hounds. I reckon it's literally just going to be these, but I'm happy with that if we keep catching them. Lovely. That ebb has eased off already. I'm putting a 7 ounce out to start off with. It was going round. It's now sitting bang in front of me. But these bass are on the feed. Now, if you just look behind me, I'm just going to spin you around quickly. Look at that sunrise, eh? That is why we go fishing. A lot of people never ever get to see sunrises. And to be honest with you, I sort of feel sorry for them. Because that's the most beautiful part of the day. It really, really is. You know, a sunrise to me, it's just pure relaxation. It really is. Like I say, this tide has eased off already, but I'm hoping these bass stay on the feed. I've still got a few crab left sitting in there, so we can get through them before we go. That looked like it was slowly going over them. Like a hound. It was not. I don't think we're going to see a hound. As much as I'd love to say we're going to see one, I think we'd have seen one by now if they were about, which is a shame. Perfect for them. Look at that sea. That sea is absolutely spot on. It really, really is. But they just weren't there. But we've had some bass, and some lovely bass at that. Some really, really nice bass. That second one I had was a beautiful fish. Lots of doggies. Just had another bass. You never know. Time is still there to maybe catch at least another couple. We'll see. We'll see. As it stands, I'm just going to keep firing these crab out and seeing what happens. Beautiful fish. Look at that, eh? Another one to add to the tally. That is alive with bass out there. It really, really is. What a stunning little fish. Right, get this one back, get another crab bait out. That ebb is still flowing quite nicely. I just pulled that round, there's something there. Might even be a dog. If that's a dog, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'd say by the weight of it, it is a dogfish. What have we got? Doggy. Where are you? Ah, bass and an eel. Hello, mate. Morning. Yeah, look, another little bass. Look, and there was an eel on there as well, which is going back in the water, which I'm not going to touch because I don't like eels. But there we go. It's another one. I don't know how many bass that is I've had now, but it's a fair few. Blimey, come on. Calm down. Someone out for their early morning stroll. I don't blame them. It's an absolutely beautiful morning for it. I've got 3 crab left. Gonna stick another one out there. All I'm doing is overhead thumping it, but the stamp seems to be getting smaller at the minute. Hopefully, with these last few crab, there's something decent out there with my name on it. Tighten up, loosen the drag, and we're fishing again. Absolutely. Let me just get a towel because I'm covered in sand and water. Yeah, there was an eel on that as well, but luckily that eel came off down there. Didn't really want to touch an eel. That's why it probably felt so heavy coming in, but like I say, just get all that sand off because it's everywhere at the minute. But what a morning. Absolutely beautiful. Sun's coming up over there. All we need is a decent fish. And you never know. Could happen in this last little bit of time I've got left. And here we have another little bass. Not a big one, but they're still out there and they're still feeding. The sea is absolutely alive with them. It's nice to see, don't get me wrong. Like I say, them hounds, if they would have come through, they would have come through by now. So we can say goodbye to the hounds. However, bass, we can use up the rest of my peeler on these. And there we go. Another little perfect, pristine bass. Absolutely beautiful. Well, that rod tip's just banged over a couple of times and then slackened off, and I've just tightened up to it to see if it goes again. And I've got 1 crab left. So after this, 1 more cast. So it'll be interesting to see whether this does actually go or not. Pity no hounds turned up. But there you go, it is what it is. Hit and miss, like I say, 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're gone. However, it'd be nice to see this rod tip go again. Come on, what are you doing? You just gave a couple of positive bites. Guarantee, if I turn this camera off, that rod tip will bang over again. Come on. No. Looks like it's not going to do a dance for us. hey ho, I'll come back to you if anything else happens. There we go. Something else has happened. It's there, whatever it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's a little baby bass. Come on, where are you? Here she comes. That's zipping about all over the place, that one. Tiny bit better. It's actually a nice fish. That is a lovely fish, really. Look at that. Not bad, not bad. God, these hooks don't half get a good hold. They're really sticky. And it's just poodle over me. Lovely. There we go. Another lovely bass down here at Bordsey. Absolutely covered in bass poo, which is amazing. Look at that. Poodle over me. But yeah, nice fish. One last cast to go. Tighten up to that because that has gone slack as anything. That is super slack. That is my last crab. This is my last cast. And that was a heck of a slack liner. Just going to turn you around a little bit. It's not got too much weight to it, but it is kiting down the beach a little bit. Where are you? What a lovely way to finish the vlog off. That is a beautiful fish. That is an absolutely beautiful little fish. And like I say, what a way to finish the vlog off. Last fish of the session. We'll turn him round because it's got a bit of sand on that side. Last fish of the session. Look at that, eh? That sea is absolutely alive with bass out there. Pristine, beautiful fish, absolutely clean as anything. They really are. And that is the session done. No hounds, but when I'm catching these all night, I can't complain at all. Absolutely lovely little fish. I'm going to put this one back. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave the video a comment, give it a like, etc, etc. I'm going back to home to go to bed. Mr. Bass is going back to the sea. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you by the water very soon.